Diversity is key in Hollywood. I'm sure that a lot of you guys know that, but all these companies and elites want to do is say, look at us, we can be diverse too, yet we know it's all fake garbage. They don't really care about things like diversity and inclusivity. They only care about their public image and what we see when we look at their company. Now, Disney's definitely a company that tries to look good. They make posts on their social media accounts to get those virtue points, and the content they create's very different now compared to what it used to be. I am sick and tired of my entertainment being filled with woke garbage where a certain political opinion is constantly being thrown in your face. And now we've got Disney's entertainment chief admitting giant corporations are more worried about diversity than actual good storytelling. We've all thought this for a very long time, but now there is a Disney entertainment chief coming out admitting that this actually is the case. So this is a dailymail.com article. Disney Entertainment Chief says ABC passes on incredibly well-written scripts because they don't meet new diversity standards. Am I surprised by this? Not really. I mean, we've seen this coming. We've seen the moves that Disney and ABC and Hollywood in general have made over the past couple of years, so it's not surprising, but is it disappointing? Yeah, of course. I mean, to the max. I really want companies to just be, worried about good storytelling, making sure their writers are good, their directors that they're picking are perfect for their projects, yet they're more worried with diversity and inclusivity in their public image. So it says Dana Walden, the chairman of entertainment for Walt Disney Television, recently said that ABC passed on some incredibly well-written scripts. Walden made the comments during panel discussion titled Women in Focus, Women, Big Tech in the Future of Hollywood. Of course, they were talking about it on a panel about diversity and women in Hollywood and how women deserve to have more of a role in Hollywood. But it says Dana Walden, the chairman of entertainment for Walt Disney Television, recently said during a panel discussion that ABC passed on some incredibly well-written scripts because they did not meet its new diversity standards. These diversity standards that these companies keep making are absolutely ridiculous. They're fake, they're made up. It's not like anyone's telling them you have to have, X, Y, and Z in your films behind the scenes or on set or for actors. No. It's just these companies hoping that they're not going to get canceled, hoping that people aren't going to get mad at them, so they keep creating these ridiculous new standards for diversity. It says Walden made the comments during panel discussion titled Women in Focus, Women, Big Tech, and the Future of Hollywood, put on by Chapman University in Glamour on April 9th, The Hollywood Reporter revealed. It says last year the outlet reported that ABC was calling for at least 50% representation of underrepresented groups, aka not white people, in regular and reoccurring characters, as well as with writing staff and producers. I understand that sometimes you go into something, into a project or a movie, and you do need someone of a certain ethnicity, a certain background. Yes, 100%, that's just what happens. You pick actors who fit the role the best. But then we're getting into writing staff and producers. It's just made up standards that Hollywood is creating right now to look good so they don't get canceled, so no one gets mad at them. It says, I will tell you for the first time we received some incredibly well-written scripts that did not satisfy our standards in terms of inclusion, and we passed on them. This is unfortunately what is going to happen. We heard a Nobel Prize writer, Kazuo Ishiguro, literally say, when it comes to authors and when it comes to writers, they're afraid to write what they want because they know they'll be canceled, and they know that a lot of companies won't pick up their work because it's not diverse enough, it's not inclusive enough. You might write a perspective that someone doesn't like, and we're seeing this happen in Hollywood now. They are saying, yeah, these scripts were well written, these stories were amazing, but we passed on them because they weren't diverse and inclusive enough. We are seeing these industries fall because of these companies being fake worried about diversity and inclusion. We know that that's not really their focus. Their focus is to ultimately make money, but they're passing on things that they're literally saying are really good scripts because they're not diverse enough. Walden admitted that ABC even passed on one show about a white family that would have included a diverse cast of friends and neighbors. They literally passed on a show, even though, the supporting roles were diverse because the family was white in it. It says, pass, that's not going to get on the air anymore because that's not what our audience wants. That's not a reflection of our audience, and I feel good about the direction we're moving in. This is a giant problem because they're not actually listening to what their audience wants. They're too busy listening to a minority of people online acting like they represent the entire audience a studio has, and these studios are viewing them as their main target audience. If studios want to survive, and if Hollywood wants to survive, they need to start listening to actual fans, people who really watch their shows, movies, and care about their franchises. Instead, they're worried about listening to screeching Karens online who are saying, yeah, it might have a diverse cast of friends and neighbors, but no, the family in it is white. How dare you try to air that? Now, scrolling down, it says the guidelines announced by ABC also include meaningful integration of underrepresented groups, aka not white people, in overall themes and narratives, and ongoing meaningful integration of underrepresented groups and episodic themes and narratives. I am really disappointed by this. It's pretty pathetic to know that these companies are so worried about meeting a made-up diversity quota that they're giving up good storytelling, which is actually what makes them money. People want to watch shows and movies to escape their troubles, not to watch awful stories or see awful acting. People should be hired based on their skills, and if they have a good script, they should be running with it. They should be attempting to make a show or a movie out of it. And this is all coming from, Disney's entertainment chief, and we know that Disney is all about diversity too right now. Let's look at this article. It's not from very long ago, back in November. Alleged casting call reveals Disney Plus Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars series is seeking a BIPOC female co-lead and Latinx supporting actor. Clearly, Disney is going in the direction of diversity as well, and they are going full force on it. They do not plan to stop anytime soon because, again, they're worried about being canceled. They think that this is what their audience wants. Their audience isn't worried about this. Their audience is worried about good storytelling and getting an amazing experience out of this show. But I figured I could read it really quickly. It says a new casting call alleged to have been issued by the crew of the planned Disney Plus Obi-Wan Kenobi series has revealed that the series is looking to focus on diversity in its casting, with a BIPOC female co-lead and a Latinx actor among the identities specifically sought to join the cast alongside series lead Ewan McGregor. It says, as first reported by the Illuminati, the supposed casting call specifically notes that it is looking for a female BIPOC, Black or Indigenous person of color, co-lead, and a supporting character, a quirky comedic male of no specific identity, and a Latinx actor in their 40s, as it says Riley, a female co-lead, Tia, female 30s supporting, Harold, male supporting, Bella, female supporting Latinx. It says 3 actresses, 2 of which who are relatively known by American audiences, have received callbacks for the key co-lead role of Riley. And as you can see here are just a couple of the actresses apparently being considered for the role. And it says, according to the newly received information, the series is set to begin production in the UK in March of next year. And it actually has. They have started production on it, which is good if you are a fan of Star Wars and you're a fan of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I know a lot of people are really excited for this. When I heard about this show, I was really excited about it. But the big problem right now with Disney is the fact that they're more worried about diversity and not good storytelling. We also heard rumors that Kathleen Kennedy made them scrap several scripts for this show because it didn't push enough diversity like they wanted. It didn't push the type of narrative that they wanted to have in this show. So we don't know where this is going to go, but clearly every single company in Hollywood right now is worried about diversity and inclusivity, and we know that they don't really care about these things. We know across the board diversity is key to Disney and to ABC and Hollywood in general. They don't actually care about what their audience wants, they're too busy listening to the woke angry mobs online who attack anyone who doesn't fall in line with their standards. They keep creating content for these people that don't actually watch their shows. Let's look at Batwoman. They made Batwoman as diverse and inclusive and as woke as possible, yet it's got terrible ratings and no one's watching it. It's got under 500,000 viewers, and CW shows usually do quite a lot better than that. But let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you make of these statements, them passing on incredibly well-written scripts? If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.